Hello, it is your boy J Dub, Jeffrey B, sex and love addict, codependent. It is day 3 of the no ejaculation challenge, and I'm reading from the SLAA State of Grace book, May 30th. Compulsivity. Especially for us as sex and love addicts, the need for love had seemed insatiable. It was as though we were trying to quench a terrible thirst by drinking salt water. The more we drank, the more dehydrated we got, until our very lives were threatened. We found that this thirst was a spiritual thirst, and the water was the God of our understanding. That's SLAA Basic Text, page 101. Before SLAA, my pursuit of sex and love was irrational or contrary to my will. I pursued unavailable people. I never turned down the opportunity for love or sex, even if I disliked a person's character or beliefs. It was a strong, irresistible impulse to have sex or a relationship. I needed to show the world that I wasn't broken, and that meant having a healthy relationship. But the compulsive need for sex got in the way. I trashed my career and destroyed people's lives over that impulse. I tried everything to control my compulsivity: therapy, other addictions, moving, getting a bodyguard, acupuncture, and even hospitalization. When I finally walked into the rooms of slaw, I thought my impulses would be immediately removed like they were for my other addictions. But for years, I worked the steps and went to meetings and still acted out whenever that impulse hit, which was quite often. It wasn't until I had a spiritual experience that I was able to stop. I didn't have to wander in that desert alone with my thirst anymore. SLAA brought me home. I pray, meditate, and make an outreach call if an impulse to act out occurs. I can definitely say this reading hits home. Mostly, I've been in Asia because it's easier to latch on to an Asian liaison, companion partner. Uh, they're more abundant, there's more opportunity here. I'm more marketable in Asia. And it's just kind of a numbers game. You come into an environment where you're the exotic one. Back in the United States, I'm not. I'm just another statistic, essentially. But demographically, here, I become exotic. It's just like if you were to take one of these Asians and you take them into Germany, Italy, the USA, Canada, Australia, they become exotic and their value goes up. Asian women, generally, their value is always going to be high, but especially if you take them to the West where there are not as many, it's just human nature, it's preference, and it's numbers. It's a numbers game. The same thing doesn't happen for a white woman or even a black woman. They're less desirable, so you can't just take them into another country and their value goes up. Unless maybe you take them to Africa or, I don't know, the Middle East or something. Maybe their value goes up. Women always have a little bit of higher value than men because they have vaginas, and men need sex. So, yeah, those are just facts. There's no, bias, opinion here. They're just facts. Um, Basically, men have less value in that regard. So I have chosen to go to places where I become more marketable and of more value sexually and relationship wise. So I always feel so alone and I hate being by myself. I can't stand it. It's very difficult to be alone. So I basically will go with whatever woman gives me a chance. And that is lowering my standards. I may not even like the person. I may not get along with the person. There may be baggage there that's not good for me. I'm not married and I have no kids. I can go anywhere in this planet I want. I can take any job I want. I am unhindered. I'm unyoked. But I take on women who have a bunch of stuff going on because I need the sex, I need the companionship. But then when I get in the relationship, um, they're not available. They're either not available emotionally or they're just not don't have enough time, their job or whatever. There's always a problem. Or there's so much fighting, the relationship is just very toxic. But I never turn down that chance, and I've seen it occur before. I've seen where I will let a potential sexual encounter, potential match, talk bad to me and not notice it at first. But then looking back, I'm like, this person is treating me badly, and I still might want to give them a chance, this person, this woman, a chance because nobody else is coming around and trying to flirt with me or whatever. And that happens. So that is all about lack of self-love. That's being compulsive. That's being powerless over sex and love addiction. Because I'm codependent, because I'm needy, and I must have that other in my life. I like how it talks about we need to have an other so we don't look broken. We don't look flawed or like a loser. If I walk around alone, I think people think about me as a loser, which is crazy. Actually, I can see them as a bunch of codependents walking around in a diseased state. These Euro couples, American couples, these Asians, if they were alone, they would probably die. They cannot be alone. That's why they're always traveling with somebody. Um, they must be in a relationship. So there's a lot of codependence going on around me. Like I said, I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand. It's a touristy place. You get to see how really codependent people are. Um, Maybe 1 out of 50 is a single traveler, very few. And I'm talking single, like no friends, no boyfriend, girlfriend, completely traveling alone. Very rare, hard to see, like myself. Um, this is a good reading. It really hit me right between the eyes, man. Boom. I mean, there's no question um, about how important this reading is and this concept of compulsivity is. I cannot control. I'm powerless over the sex and love addiction, and God must take control of this one day at a time. So I've prayed this morning. Here it is, a little past 7, about 7:10 a.m. I've already prayed. I prayed to Jesus. I asked Jesus for help, and I asked Jesus to come into my life. I'm looking out the window. There's a nice, lovely tree out there. You can see. I like this view with that tree there. That's nice. The birds kind of glittering about in there. That helps to have a tree like that. I don't have to see people down at the pool because if I did, I would be tempted by that. So it's probably better I just see the tree. Um, it's day 3, no ejaculation challenge. What can I say is coming up? Um, Penis is getting hard. This is a few days after having sex, having ejaculated. Now my penis, my body wants more. I gave it some sex. I gave it the drug, uh, the food. I gave it the food, right? The nourishment. And now my penis wants to ejaculate again. My body wants to release. So I could feel a little bit getting hard this morning. It's starting to build up. Now, the thing is, some of that is healthy. We got to remember sex is a healthy desire. It's a healthy desire and need to have sex. But it needs to be done with the right person at the right time. For me, in marriage, with a partner that I'm going to be with all the time. Not this serial monogamy crap. Relationship after relationship doesn't work out. That is not cutting it. And also, I wind up in jobs and countries and situations that I don't really want to be in simply because I know I'm going to have a better opportunity to find a woman or relationship there, like Asia. So that's something I need to step back from, reevaluate, process, and say, hey, what if I was in the United States? I know there's less of an opportunity to get laid there and to have a relationship, but maybe that's the best place to heal and not be as tempted with my sex and love addiction. Something to think about. So I'm stepping back, stay three. I hope this has helped. Please feel free to share your experience in going, having no ejaculation for 30 days. And that includes, of course, no sex, no masturbation, no porn and masturbation, none of that stuff. None of it. So, bottom lines have been set, at least for 30 days. Thanks for the time being here. Until next time, all the best.